Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial. So today we'll be looking into the JavaScript array method filter. So basically the array method, the filter array method is actually a JavaScript array method that allows you to create a new array from a original array that satisfies a condition. An example is, for example, if you have an array of numbers and you want to extract the numbers that are even. So you can use the array filter method to extract the numbers that are even. And you must understand that the filter method accepts a callback function. And because it accepts a function as a parameter, it is therefore a higher order function. So if you don't understand what an higher order function is, a higher order function is basically a function that receives another function as an argument, and it can either return a function or any other data type as its return type, as its return data type. So an example is what we have here. We have a function here, function sum, square, and function sum. And then we have a higher order function here that accepts a number and a function and returns the value returned by the function. So this is a higher order function. So you can see the example here. We have result 1 where we pass in 5 to combine operation, which is a higher order function. So what it does is it passes the 5 to operation, which is sum. So it calls this function a passing number. So what will it return for us? So basically what it returns to us is 10. Since 5 plus 5 is equals to 10. So this should be 10. And then for for result operation 2, you can guess the result. The result here should be what? Should be you are passing 10 to square. So 10 times 10, that should be 100. So let's test this out. I'm going to update this to filter. Yes, filter.js. Gonna save it, and you see instantly we get 10 and 100, line 21 and 22. If you look at it here, we can see line 21 and 22. So this basically is what a higher order function is. And then let's look into filter itself. So let's imagine we have an array. Let's array be equals to 1, 2. Let's just have this to 10, 9, 10. And maybe this should be array. So we can now set the AI has already written our code for us. So you can see here, we have our result here, and we are filtering through this array. I will pass in a function. Remember, we say we're actually passing in a callback function. It's like we're passing in a callback function to it. So, and the function accepts an element and returns, the modulus of the element. If divided by 2, if element modulus 2 is equals to 0, it returns the element. So let's now check the value of our new array. So when we save this, you can see we only have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that is for this. Another example I want to show us is an array of objects instead. So let's have these objects. I can see const names is equals to, I'm gonna create an object and set I say name. Okay, we're just going to say name is equals to John. Okay, I think what I want to do is have an array of names instead. So what I'm going to do here is change this to an array. Good, that contains this. So I'm going to create another. So we have a array of employee data containing their name, surname, age, and their job description. So let's map through this. So what I'm going to do is I want to return. You can see I'm returning the data where their age is greater than or equals to 25. So I'm going to change this to, instead of greater than or equals to, just greater than 25. So I'm going to be expecting to have this. So if we save that, let's now console log our results. So you can see it here. So we have what? We have John, just John. So basically this is what filter does. But then there's one more other thing you need to understand. This result, the data we have here, is actually a shallow copy of this data, which means it is not a deep copy. What that means is that if we modify the new data that we have, the new array, it will also affect the original since it's a shallow copy. So what a shallow copy means is that it's actually a reference. It's not actually copying this data. It's creating it's storing a reference to this data inside of this variable. So if I come here and say result 2, the first item in the result 2 dot, I'm going to change the name. Name I say is equals to Peter, and save that. You see that instead of having John here, we'll have Peter. So I'm going to save that. And then let's check. You see, it has been updated to be Peter. So you have to be very careful with filter because it modifies the original array. It doesn't create a new copy. It's a shallow copy and not a deep copy. So it's actually creating a reference to the original array. So you must put that at the back of your mind when you're working with this. You will see that if I now modify the age, you can see this can create a lot of problems for you when you're working with JavaScript. If you don't know this, before jumping to use filter, and you don't know this at the back of your mind, if I update it now to 30, save it, you can see the age is now, okay, the age was 30. Let's update this to 25. Now, we have 25. We have 25 here. So I'm going to log the original result. What we have been checking is this. Let's now check this employee data to see if the changes have taken effect on the employee data. So instead of logging this, I'm going to change this to employee data and save it. Now, if I open it, you can see now we have Peter and we have his age as 25. So like I said, it is creating a reference to this object. So by modifying, remember by modifying this array here, not this one. But as we are modifying this one, this is also updating because this is just a reference to this. So you must put that at the back of your mind when you're working with filter. So that brings us to the end of today's tutorial. So kindly like and subscribe to this channel for more content. So see you some other time. Bye.